Alright guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. The frig, I can't even make a video. I'm going to shut this phone off. Be right back. What's going on, everyone? This is Mike here from the ECW, East Coast Wizardry, checking in with you. We're here now on YouTube. It's great to be with you guys, part of the community. Hit that subscribe button, show us some love, give us a thumbs up, a like, leave us a comment. I'll absolutely respond back to you for sure. And help us build the channel, show a little support. We definitely appreciate that. Absolutely. I want to spend some time today. This is my second or third time trying to record this video. I've had a few interruptions, so this is a fresh take. And I just want to sit down and kind of share maybe some of my thoughts and kind of express where I'm at with respect to Magic and more specifically the state of, the Dungeons and Dragons set, the Adventures of the Forgotten Realms. Let's talk about this, okay? I've seen many other videos on YouTube from other content creators. Many seem pretty hyped about this, and a lot of these content creators, they played Dungeons and Dragons or maybe still play. Speaking for myself, I did play, like I said, in the 90s. In my other video, I did a lot of my playing Magic and Dungeons and Dragons, in the 90s when I came onto that scene. I believe it was called Second Edition at the time. I did buy several books and compendiums, and we had dice, the whole thing. We did it for real with the character sheets and paper, and my next door neighbor was the dungeon master, the DM, and we played. And I'm just not. I played a lot of video games with Dungeons and Dragons as well. Went to some of the other worlds, in that universe and their lore and whatnot. I'm familiar with some of the main characters, but now it's Magic. It's crossing over with Magic, and they've spoiled a lot of cards. It's spoiler season. It's preview season, and I can't really say, if I'm being truthful, if I'm being honest with you guys, there's just not one single card I've seen from this set so far that really has moved me or made me really excited. Oh, it's Dungeons and Dragons. I feel like a lot of these people who are really high on this set are Dungeons and Dragons fanboys, and that's not necessarily a hate or anything like that. It just seems I'm just trying to keep it real with you guys. These people seem to genuinely love Dungeons and Dragons and love and are excited, really excited about this crossover into Magic. I don't know that it's mutually exclusive. I believe you can be a fan of Dungeons and Dragons, a fan of Magic, and not necessarily love the crossover. I'll give credit where it's due. The cards definitely have a Dungeons and Dragons feel. A lot of them feature this rolling the 20 and this possible outcomes of rolling the dice, which that feels very Dungeons and Dragonish, right? A lot of flavor there. The idea with, some of the classic things, the gelatinous cube, the beholder, the dragons, drits, whatever. They have the iconic things that Dungeons and Dragons players would know about, right? So that's great. I think they did a good job kind of executing that Wizards of the Coast, building the set. I'm just not excited about it. In terms of acquiring a new card or of cracking a box of packs, it doesn't seem like that's where I want to spend my money. It's not really, it doesn't seem like this product that's really calling out to me. And it's not necessarily, again, I'm not hating. We're having a conversation, talking about how I feel about this. I want it to be successful, but I believe this is going to be a core set, right? So the set's going to be around for a while. I don't feel this pressure I have to get it, buy a box the weekend it comes out, and spend X hundreds of dollars on the set and buy the whole set out, or I'm just not even, there's nothing about the set that's really oh my god, this card looks dope, I want to get this will fit in my deck, I want to build around this. I'm just not feeling excited about the set. And again, I'm not hating on it, and there's maybe going to be more previews to come. I'm trying to keep an open mind. But I'm just letting you guys know where I'm at. I felt this week also a little bit about Kaldheim, and you know, I have Viking blood in me, right? My roots, my ancestry. I'm a Viking. I'm down with like Norse mythology. That stuff I find pretty interesting. But when it came down to buying those cards and that whole set, it wasn't a bad set. You know, those Pathway lands I think are pretty good, but there's a few other cards I mess around with. It didn't move me. I didn't really buy a lot of those cards. Maybe I'll kick myself later in life for not buying it. But right now, I still have decks that are competitive. I was able to purchase a few singles from the sets. I don't know, Modern Horizons 2, like maybe it's just coming out of that, you know. Like that was, I think, a really good set. Yeah, the price point kind of, you know, we all didn't really love it, right? But we had some great experiences cracking boxes. Our play group, we cracked a lot of packs together. We all got some great stuff. There was cards that we were all genuinely excited for in that set. I remember when they spoiled the Urza Saga. Like, I think that was really cool, and I ended up getting one in my pre-release box. So, you know, now I see it's around $35, maybe even $50. I'm not sure. But whatever the dollar amount is, I think it's a cool card. Like, I was excited about that when they spoiled it, you know? And I haven't seen anything about this Adventures of the Forgotten Realms set. And that's not to say it's going to be a bad set. It's, you know, it's a core set. Core sets, I'm not sure in general typically inspire me that way or move me that way, you know? But, you know, I'm not necessarily hating on it either. I do look forward to future products. I feel like this is the way it's going to go down for the foreseeable future, because there's a lot of Dungeons and Dragons territory that can be explored besides just the Adventures of the Forgotten Realms, right? There's, I'm sure, other planes or whatever the terminology is. It's been a while since I've played. I know there was, I think it's called Dark Sun, maybe. It's like a desert landscape as well. There's a whole bunch of different, you know, ways in worlds. So I feel like this is just the beginning. There's going to be more core sets, I believe, that feature Dungeons and Dragons. And yeah, you know, for those of you still watching the video and you want to talk about, you know, the rest of the outlook for this year, I mean, really, we've heard there's a vampire and a werewolf set on the come up, you know, at the end of the year. Which, again, so far, I'm not super excited about that. I mean, I'm definitely going to keep an open mind like everyone else. I'm rooting for the product. I want Magic to continue to be successful, but I don't know. Modern Horizons 2 is, I feel like, a pretty great set. I like knowing that there's some cards in there, you know, holding some value beyond, you know, $5. You know, and there's some decent cards in there. And you had a chance to, you know, we did crack a collector's box, and they got 2 foil Urzas and the negation foil. What is it? Pact of Negation, Force of Negation, whatever it is. So, I mean, those guys pulled some monster cards, and that was fun. I'm not sure what the monster cards are, the chase cards for me in this set. So that's pretty much what I wanted to say in this video. That's just kind of where I'm at. I don't know, maybe I'm just a little burnt out on things, or am I a pessimist? I don't know. Leave your comments below. What do you think about this set? You know, do I need an attitude adjustment here? What's going on? Are there just a lot of Dungeons and Dragons fanboys hyping this set up, or is it really that good? What do you guys think? What cards are you interested in? What do you want to get out of this set? You know, to be honest, I think it would actually be fun if everyone in the play group had a D&D deck. That would be a completely different experience than playing Magic. You know, it would be like a complete different version of Magic that you could do with your play group, which I think that's cool just for the sake of maybe spicing things up, keeping things fresh, right? But in terms of how it's going to influence Commander, I'm not seeing, like, maybe we're going to have a dungeon now come into the game, a few cards slotted in here and there. We'll see. We'll see what these Commander decks are going to look like and what people choose to do and what else is still yet to be spoiled. Right? I'm going to keep an open mind. But this is Mike from the East Coast Wizardry, pretty much signing off. Thank you for tuning in. Until the next video, guys. Peace out.